Good morning, everyone. It's Donna Maria, and welcome to the Lifestyle CEO Show, where we empower you to enjoy your life, build your business, and have your way. I'm your host, Donna Maria from DonnaMaria.com. And for those of you who don't know, I'm also the founder and CEO over at the Indie Business Network, which is a trade organization for makers and handmade entrepreneurs. And IBN offers all sorts of training, entrepreneurial training, product liability insurance at a really, really low rate, and just lots of fun and networking and community, really, is what we provide over there. And we have an amazing community of makers from all across the country. Every single state is represented, and it's just a fantastic place. So if you're a maker, I hope you'll go check it out at indiebusinessnetwork.com. But what I do here every day, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, is meet with you to share and mentor after nearly 20 years of business success that I've had. I like to share and I like to mentor, and I'm asked all the time, how do I find a mentor? Will you be my mentor? And we can do a show actually on how to find a mentor. But in the meantime, yes, I will be your mentor right here every day at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern, 7 o'clock a.m. Pacific. So today we're going to talk about another of the F's. Okay, so you guys know what we do here at the Lifestyle CEO Show is we F you. We F you with F words of empowerment, not the F words that you may be used to hearing, or the one in particular. We F you with words of empowerment, and our 5 core F words are finances, family, flexibility, freedom, and fun. And we've got other F words that are flowing everywhere, right? They're coming up everywhere because, as it turns out, there are lots of words that begin with F that are empowering for us as entrepreneurs. So we're just going to be diving into some of those. But today we're going to focus on one of them that Nikki at rockthebathbar.com mentioned yesterday after yesterday's show. And she mentioned the word flow. So let's talk about that for a second. And let me first tell you where I am right now. I'm at my brother's house. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area, which is my hometown. My brother actually lives in Maryland. So we are here helping my mom, who, as you may remember from yesterday's show, had a fall. And so here we all are. I'm in my brother's, I don't even know what room this is. There's a ladder. There's lots of construction going on around here. He's having a deck built in the back. And he took me downstairs into his basement yesterday and showed me all this tile work that he's doing on his workout room. He's got this fancy fireplace. It's really, really cool. My brother's a maker. He's also really, really smart in terms of the business world too. He's really an amazing person. I'll have to bring him on here. Maybe I'll be able to do that while I'm here since he's here. But anyway, that's why I'm in this environment. We have some really good sunlight flowing in front of me, so I hope that's really good. But let's talk about flow. Now, Nikki mentioned this in response to the show yesterday where I was talking about flexibility, right? That I built my business around the idea of the 5 F's. One of them is flexibility, so that when things like this happen, like your mom falls down the steps or whatever it might be, that I have the flexibility I can continue my work, my business continues, but I have the flexibility to get up and go and deal with the situation that I have to deal with where my mom is concerned. And so Nikki mentioned, yes, and there's another F word, thank you, Nikki, and it's flow. And I'm so glad that she said that because this morning I do not feel in flow. But you know what? What I want to share with you is that how you feel and what actually is are 2 very different things, right? So I woke up this morning thinking, okay, show at 10 o'clock. Mom, like my brother and his wife are leaving for the whole day. This is my first day home alone with my mom. So I have all this list of things like the medicine and how often to give it and what signs to look for. And she's using a walker now, so we're up and down on the walker. And she spends her day in my brother's family room. And in order to get to the bathroom, you have to walk up 3 steps to get there. So it's really interesting. My mother's very strong, but obviously she needs help. Her cast is like this big. So we're all here to do that. So I woke up this morning thinking, I'm out of flow. I'm completely out of flow. I feel out of flow. I feel like I'm disjointed. I feel like the stuff is going on over here, and it's just, and if I had let my feelings get the best of me, right? I probably wouldn't be here right now because I'd be like, I'll just forget it. Like, I just can't do this. I don't want everybody to see me out of flow. I'm just going to save it. They'll understand, right? And of course, I know you would. But the point that I want to make is how I was feeling was not necessarily the case, because you know what? This is my flow. I'm flowing with my mom. Like my normal flow, which is living apart from my mom, my normal flow, which is dealing with my children, is my normal flow. But I have a different flow now. So I'm still in flow. I'm just tweaking the flow a little bit so that I can have the flexibility to do the things that I need to do, and then also still tend to my business, which I also obviously need to do. So what I want to share with you is when these things happen out of the blue, like for example, my children are in school. When they get out of school for the summer, the flow changes. Like the flow changes. And I prepare for that. Like I know the day the last day of school is. I know when camp starts because I plan all of it. I pay for it in advance. We know who's going to be when, where. And, you know, basically we kind of know that the change in flow is coming when school starts, right? Totally different flow. Got to get up earlier in the morning. You got to have uniforms. Whatever the case may be, the flow is going to change. And so what we learn how to do as entrepreneurs and lifestyle CEOs is we relax into the new flow. Okay, so it's not, oh my God, it's a new flow and everything has to change. No, the core of what you do in your business should never change. The core should be the same. If you are a maker and you make products and you make your soaps on Mondays and you make your sugar scrubs on Wednesdays twice a month, that flow should not change. Like you should try and plan around that flow so you can stay in that particular flow. If you normally knock off work at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever time it is, that's a part of your flow. Keep your flow going. Adjust your flow in advance when you know you're going to have to. When your kids get out of school, when you're moving to a new state or a new city, you got to adjust your flow. But don't let your feeling that you're feeling out of flow overtake you. Because if that feeling overtakes you, it'll get in the way of the fact that you just have a new flow. You just have to adjust to a new flow. So I'm not saying ignore your feelings. Like meditation helps to deal with those things. Just center yourself in the morning. When I woke up this morning feeling a little out of flow, I just centered myself, just calmly sat down in the quiet, and just breathed deeply and just thought about nothing for a while. I just cleared my mind and just allowed myself to feel in flow and allowed myself to feel those few moments of feeling in flow. And that is what allowed me to deal with everything else. Even though I may not feel in flow, I know that I am in flow because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be in the universe this morning. Like my mother's here. My mother's injured. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. So hello flow, right? Just a little bit of a different flow. So keep that in mind. The feelings are different from the facts, and you have control over a lot more things than you think. And so when I was able to, kind of move through feelings and meditate and calm myself down, then I was able to, deal with myself. I took a shower, deal with the things I have to deal with for myself, and then I could go and deal with my mom and get her settled, and then I could be here at 10 o'clock. And I timed it well. I didn't know if I was going to time it very well, but I did time it well, so I'm very happy about that. But again, it's all because I didn't let those feelings overtake me and tell me, write their own truth. I didn't let my feelings write their own truth, right? My feeling of overwhelm, my feeling of feeling out of flow. What I did was I just put them aside, meditated, cleared my mind, and said, okay, we're going to have a different flow today. This is going to be the flow, and I'm going to be in this flow. And I'm going to be so on 100% in this flow, and nobody's going to knock me off. I'm not going to knock myself off. My mom's not going to knock me off. No drama can knock me off. Sometimes the flow is interrupted out of the blue, right? Like I talked about a second ago. You can plan for a school getting out. You can plan for school going back in. You can plan for things. We couldn't plan for this with my mom. Sometimes that just happens because you know what? That's just life. But you still have to just take a deep breath. It feels so good to do that. And look at your life the way it has been altered and get into flow with that. and keep the core as solid as you can with everything else that you have in your business. Keep that core as solid as you can. You may have to tweak that, right? And so, for example, this show is part of my core. I may have had to tweak that, right? I might have had to come at 11. I may have had to come earlier. I may have not had to come at all. Like if my mom had been re-injured or whatever, I wouldn't be here, right? So, I was prepared for that in my mind. Okay, I may have to change my flow. But this is a core, so I'm going to do everything I can to stay in this flow. And that is what's going to keep your business going, right? Remember we talked about the systems and the predictability that needs to be in place in order for the business to run. So you want to have those core things that absolutely have to happen, which may have to be tweaked from time to time, but the core things that absolutely have to happen, keep them in the center and make sure that they happen to the best of your ability. And the rest of the things are going to have to become a part of a new flow, either permanently or temporarily. I don't know where this is going with my mom. I do not know. My brother works full time. His wife works full time. My older brother is not in a position to help. My mom can't live by herself anymore. She's been living by herself. She's 90, 91 years old. This can't happen anymore. So my brother are looking at, care facilities that can send people to her house because we're not boarding her anywhere. That's just not going to happen. So we're looking at facilities and placement services where they can come and be with her. But unless we hire 24/7, one of us is going to have to be there. So there might be some big changes on the horizon for the Johnson family. I don't know. But I'm still in my flow. I'm just in a new flow. And honestly, I'm going to relax into it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to make it as good as it can be. I'm going to make it as fun as it can be. And it's going to be a learning opportunity for all of us, especially my children. My son is up here. My daughter's in horseback riding camp, so she's away from all of this right now. She's going to come back to it, though. My son is here with us. Like his summer, at least the first part of it, has been thrown out of flow. But we're still doing our daily math problems because we got to get ready for school. We don't want to get out of practice. And we're just kind of, trying to be flexible with him. And it's a couple of days where he's just going to have to sit around and not have much to do because he doesn't have any friends here. And it's going to be tough. But he's learning, right? He's learning the importance of family. He's understanding about flow. He's seeing his parents and his other family members bend and be flexible, right? Be flexible and go with the flow of life. That's what you have to do. So there's an opportunity right there to show my children, here's what you do when something happens to a family member and you need to help them. Here's what you do. Like you keep your core as strong as you can keep it, and then you go do what you have to do. So flow. Nikki, thank you for that thought. Thank you for that additional F word. And I'm really excited to be able to share with you guys. So I hope this message resonates with you. If you have something going on in your life that's potentially throwing off your flow, remember the feeling is different from the fact, right? You can create your own reality. You can create a set of facts that you can work with. If your emotions begin to run rampant within the change, it's going to be a lot harder. So the balance is to try and acknowledge your emotions, deal with them, don't stuff them down, maybe need some therapy, or at least talk to yourself. Meditation helps a lot, let me just tell you. Then you can understand that you have a lot more control and a lot more ability to create the next reality, even though the flow has changed, even though circumstances have happened. You have a lot more control over that than you might otherwise think you have. And those things, that control, that knowledge that you have that control is going to empower you, and it's going to help you to manage your life and your business in a wholly integrated, like a synchronicity, synchronatic. Oh God, I'm sorry, I can't say the word correctly. But you're going to find the holistic integration of your life and your business. It's going to go a lot more simply and a lot more of an easier flow if you acknowledge that and grab your power and hold on to it and move in the direction that the flow is taking you and relax into it. All right. So that is my conversation with you for today. I hope it was helpful to you. If you're here on the replay, say replay. If you want to share, I hope you will. If you have a friend or another entrepreneurial colleague who might be going through a challenging time where their flow is being interrupted and they have to embrace a new flow, share this with them. It might be helpful. Just click on the share button and share it. And I hope you'll do that because I really want to spread the word and help people be more successful in their lives and their businesses as lifestyle CEOs. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Have a good day. Bye-bye.